what's going on, you wasted sperms? It's your boy Film Size here. Whole lot of gang shit. I'm here with Mr. Noah Grimes again for week 2 of this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And today, guys, we're back on the fucking late night show, going absolutely fucking insane. The first podcast did pretty well, so we're gonna keep on going to see where this thing goes. Without further ado, let's run this shit. Last week we talked about week 5 fucking talking about Don Gruden, obviously, and all that shit is going on. We got some new topics today, guys, but essentially how I like to start these podcasts off is just, you know, talk about what happened in our weeks. Know anything interesting happened this week?
Nothing really interesting for me. It's been a slow week. I've been dealing with a number of financial problems, but that's just because I'm a dummy with finances. I don't have anything. Last week I started off the podcast with kind of a barn burner, pissed off about the Bond movie, and I know you came in this week pretty pissed off about your own life stories.
Yeah, because like I said, guys, if you're not angry in life, you're not doing it right. Essentially, I had this, I'm going to talk about something that happened on Wednesday, alright, guys? So, if you guys know, I'm a area manager at Foot Locker. We were doing this fucking we're just like a little conference, right? We had to do some things. I was sitting in this row. So by the way, the row has there's like a decent amount of people in the row. The row in front of me and the row behind me are completely fucking empty, right? So my row is somewhat it has people in it. This fucking fat piece of fucking shit. I'm talking about, like, when I say fat, I mean fucking fat. Like, motherfucker, like, if could break a fucking scale. Walks into a room with his fucking mouth breathing having ass. Literally starts fucking scanning the room, and I'm just praying to God he don't sit next to me, right? I'm just sitting there just fucking praying that this fat fucking loser doesn't fucking sit next to me. He walks his way over there, fucking shaking the entire goddamn ground, and fucking gets it. He looks at my row, just walking down my row, and the pain when this motherfucker asked if he could sit next to me. Yeah, it was fucking the worst experience of my entire life. Fucking motherfuckers smell like absolute dog shit. Was eating Cheetos as loud as fucking possible during the fucking thing. But like I said, guys, if I was a dictator, people like that would be fucking executed. I would take those motherfuckers off the planet. No questions asked. They'd be fucking eliminated. Get the fuck out of here, essentially. There's a certain limit. If you're past like a certain fat limit, I think that you should be fucking taken off the goddamn planet. You're a liability, and you're a waste of fucking time and space on the planet. You're a waste of food, because, you know, kids in Africa can actually use that food, but you're eating fucking 13 burritos for dinner because you're a fat shit. Fucking 37 years. This dude was 37 years old. This dude's been putting in 37 years of fucking mistakes into his body, just destroying himself. But yeah, and that's why COVID is so shit, because fat people. I blame fat people. You guys, it's your fault that COVID is so bad. Simple as that. Do you agree with my statement, Noah, that it's fat people's fault that COVID's so bad?
As a fat person, I can not comment on it.
You're not that fat, Noah. Calm down. They're like, compared to this fucker that I'm talking about, this guy was fucking gigantic. Like, George is anorexic compared to this dude. Okay, motherfucker literally was, like I said, he's shaking the goddamn ground. Like, there's cracks in the ground like we're in a fucking Marvel movie, bro. It was fucking bad. I just fucking broke my pen. But it was fucking bad. But yeah, speaking of COVID, we'll go ahead and start the podcast off with this. Colin Powell. He recently died and you actually had a message from Trump about that shit. Do you have the message pulled up right now?
I don't, but I think I can pull it up.
Here, I got it.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, ever since he left office, former President Trump has been releasing, his own. He's off of Twitter. He's been releasing his own press statements, which are just fantastic. I don't care what you thought of him or what you think of him. He is comedy gold every time. Every time. It doesn't matter what he could be talking about some serious foreign policy, and it is just comedy gold. Well, he released a statement earlier today. Essentially, just, I mean, whatever you think of Trump just pissing on Colin Powell's grave.
It's great.
It's awesome.
He did what 6ix9ine does to King Von.
It literally is so funny. But I don't have that much respect for Colin Powell because, lying us into war in Iraq with assisting Bush and Cheney and that, and murdering thousands of people, not that much respect. So,
facts.
Go burn in hell, Colin Powell. But
eat shit. At least he's a Republican, though.
I don't care. Evil's evil. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh my gosh, just because he's claimed to be conservative. Oh my gosh, all the Reagan neocons can go screw off for all I care.
What a bunch of waste. Absolute sperm. But yeah, do you want me to read the message right here that he sent about Colin Powell?
Yeah, you can.
Alright, so he said, wonderful to see Colin Powell, who made a big mistakes on Iraq and famously so-called weapons of mass destruction, be treated in depth so beautifully by the fake news media. Hope that happens to me someday. He was a classic RINO, and I don't know what that stands for. If even that, always being the first to attack other Republicans.
You don't know what RINO stands for?
I don't know.
Okay, RINO stands for Republican in name only. He's calling him a fake Republican.
Oh, okay. He made plenty of mistakes, but anyways, may he rest in peace. You know what that reminds me of? I said this a couple seconds ago. It's whenever a young boy was talking about Nipsey Hussle, and he was like, hey, how's Nipsey Hussle influence you as a person? He's like, I don't know the guy, but rest in peace. He's like, I don't know him like that, bro. Influence, what the fuck? I influence myself, but rest in peace to him, though. I'm like, that is very, very true. But yeah, Trump is fucking hilarious. Like I said, I think it's funny that you guys shit on him for 4 years straight, and Joe Biden has done nothing, and no one gives a flying shit. So yeah, and also gas prices just recently passed $3 in my area.
I
in
did
North
see
Texas.
that in Texas. I did see that.
So hey, I want to let's give a congratulations to Biden. And if you don't think it's Biden's fault, I do want to inform you that the last day of that Trump was in office, it was $1.79, and literally a month out into Biden's presidency, it was $2.19.
What was going on when Trump was leaving office? The economy crashed because the government locked everyone in their homes for 12 months and said no one can work and no one was going out shopping. So of course gas prices will be low because there was no demand for gas at that time.
That's it? Oh, okay.
Because no one was on the road, so no one was driving around. So let's be fair, but also it's the government's fault that the economy crashed because, state lockdowns and all that.
I've been saying...
Totalitarianism, yeah.
You identify as a libertarian, correct?
Fairly strongly.
Okay. Well, if you guys, before I continue, if anyone wants to know our political beliefs, I'm a conservative. I know Noah's a libertarian. So if you guys want to know, there's no liberals on this podcast. So if that's what you want, go fuck yourself. I'm not going to fucking do that shit. We'll get into my liberal class here in a second. But shit, what were we just talking about? What was the topic we were talking about? Oh, gas prices.
Liberal. Your class is just progressive nonsense.
It pretty much is.
It's just woke nonsense.
Did you know that the government ran out of money? If you guys don't know, 2 days ago. That's what the reports are. And yeah, I am not surprised. You spend $3.5 trillion on, shit that doesn't even, you give a $1.4 trillion stimulus fucking money to America. Oh wait, most of it didn't even go to us as people. You're giving $5 billion a year to Afghanistan when there's places in Alabama that look like third world country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the money is just absolutely stupid.
We're giving aid to places like Israel that don't need any of our financial aid, and we're just, spending all this money on foreign wars that don't need to be fought, killing millions of people, all in the name of freedom and democracy, when it's just bloodthirsty monsters.
I saw a video. I saw a video on TikTok. It's this dude who fought in Iraq, and he was at a George Bush conference. He started screaming at him, like saying, like, my friends dies with that. That's just what happens. It's essentially what wars are, guys. It's old people having to debate and young people dying. So wars are.
Did you see the video? Did you see? It was a press conference, and a random guy threw a shoe at Bush.
Yeah, that was great. He's a terrible thrower, though. He looks like John Allen out there.
It was hilarious. I'm just like, yeah. Which is odd because we were too young to really remember the Bush years.
Yeah, I talked to my dad about it to get some insight, and he pretty much said it was hell. It was fucking hell. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about that at all. But essentially, we were talking about I'm gonna move on next one. I forgot what the topic was. The original topic we were talking about, right? It was the we got pretty much covered, right?
Yeah.
All right. So like I said, guys, I got a race and gender class. I take also anthropology class. Both of them talk about politics a fucking lot, which made me just say fuck it and just got really heavy into politics. That's all I've been like researching for the past couple of months. And essentially, today, guys, we're talking about LGBTQ. Before I start this podcast, listen, if you're a gay, lesbian, listen, I accept you as a human being. I got gay friends that are cool. Like, I'm cool with them. We make jokes. You know what I mean? I make the jokes and they laughed about them. So, like I said, guys, don't get offended by it. You know what I do with my friends?
Jokes and they laugh. That is a terrible defense.
I have a friend named. Well, I mean, it's true though. I have a friend named Hayden, and we do jazz hands when we see each other. That's like really popular in their culture. Is the jazz hands? It's like, hey. Shit. But essentially, guys, I think. Hey, let me pull up the thing. But recently, I want to talk about a thing that was talked about in class, and that I was the only one motherfucker besides one other dude who was brave enough to speak up in class, about the transgenders in sports. So essentially, what happened was, legislation, Texas transgender law. But essentially, what happened was that Texas is now banning transgender students in school sports head to head, unless it play in the biological sport they were born. Like, if, like, for example, let's say I'm a male, right, and I trained basketball my entire life, and then I decided to become a woman. I can't play in women's leagues. I have to play in a man's league. I mean, that's what essentially what the law is breaking. Which, by the way, I completely agree with. Okay, and for there's a bunch of reasons to say that I dressed, and of course I got shit on because the class is literal progressive cunts. It's funny when fucking white women get mad at you, and those they're calling you all these fucking things, but they fall in the same category. Here it is. So essentially, the bill passed 76 to 61.
How did white women convince the rest of society that they were minorities too?
Let's talk about that shit. All right. Essentially, what happened is that the woke movement. You obviously know Bill Burr talked about this, the woke movement, and how they hijacked that shit from them.
Oh yeah, me too.
Listen, to you, listen, I know a lot of women agree with me on saying this, but the women that don't agree with me that I'm saying is if you disagree with what I'm trying to say, what right do I have as a man that you don't as a woman? Oh wait, go ahead and type in the comments. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Equal pay, bitch. Hey, I hate to break it to you, but if that was true, then why isn't the workforce completely filled with women? You know what I mean? Let's think about it for a minute. If women got paid way less than men did, okay, you would see the workforce just completely filled. I would struggle to find a job because no one would want to pay me because I'm a man, right? And also, you fail to realize that for example, Noah, what is the biggest if you want to get a rich pathway, you're gonna do a STEM field, correct? STEM fields give you a lot of money, and so what are those fields mostly filled with? Men work those jobs that make them more money, which means they make more money than the females, right? And this is a biological thing that, you know, between men and women. Men like to have jobs that deal with objects. For example, mechanics, you know, engineering, things that you're doing stuff, correct? And women like to do jobs that deal with people, like journalism, like nursing. You know what I mean? Those type of jobs. Which job pays more? Fucking engineering. Like, come on now. There's a reason why we get paid more. Okay, the labor statistics did a research last year for overtime hours. 88% of overtime hours were worked by men. Okay, men were more likely to ask for raises. That's just a fact. So honestly, the pay gap does not exist. If you think it does, then I feel bad.
It's not a pay gap, and it's not a pay gap, as you're saying. It's an income gap.
True.
The
Yeah,
reason
you're right.
it's an
Yeah.
income gap is because men tend to work longer hours, and they tend to work jobs that are messier and require a lot more work.
How many women you know work in the coal mines? You know, I mean, like, come on now.
I think statistically that's very low.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's my point.
Yeah, but to be fair, I don't think co-workers.
How about engineering? How many engineering jobs do women work compared to men? Like, come on now.
Men
Like,
probably outweigh women.
by a lot.
Nursing and the medical field is women are in charge of that field.
True. Yeah. That's
So,
what I said, yeah.
and let's face it, doctors and nurses get paid bank.
Yeah, well, so guess what else says? Engineers, software mechanic people who are mostly men. So balance stuff out. And plus, a fourth of these women out here just want fucking, you know, want sugar daddies. So they don't have a job. So they're broke. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna go that far.
I will. Fuck you. I'm going that far. Fuck you talking about. Half of these bitches do not want to work. Okay, you'll get paid the same amount if you work as hard. Okay, like Sean said. Facts. Put that shit in there. MAGA 2024. You know what I'm saying, guys? The bill passed 76 to 54. The transgender bill. Okay, my apologies. I was incorrect. But essentially, I'll go back to the bill for a second. The House Texas legislation on Thursday that would restrict transgender student athletes from participating in school sports, clearing a notable hurdle for supporters of the measure after similar legislation sailed through the Senate and installed in the House 3 times prior this year. So pretty much what the argument was to this from the progressive cunts in my class, was it's like this is not fair. You know what I mean? Like, what was they saying? Like, it wasn't fair. Like, you know, they should be able to play whatever sport they want. It's just very like they're talking about, like, they always one dude in class is like, they always talk about trans women but never trans men because they want to be scared for women. I'm like, no, first off, they talk about trans women because hang on. What?
No, I'm just like, I love that argument. Yeah, we hear so much about progressives want women to be afraid. Like, no one talks about the false 1 in 5 rape statistic that 1 in 5 women are raped in college.
Yes.
Which is false, by the way. That is a false statistic because that's a false statistic from the 1970s that no one's corrected. And the reason it's false is because when they did the original study, the definition of rape, it has sexual assault under it, has harassment under it, has, given a little cop a feel. Like, any little thing is used as rape under that circumstance. If you use that circumstance, I could argue 1 in 4 men are raped because I've seen more men in college groped than women in a lifetime.
What the fuck?
And if
what type of parties you going to?
Dude, Christian women are kinky as hell.
What? Yeah. I mean, like I said, don't get a fucking religious woman pregnant because, oh, Jesus Christ, you're fucked. I mean, obviously do whenever you're ready, but if you, at a young age, you're done.
It's true though. It's like you can't just say so. You have to distinction between, harassment, rape, assault. Like, those are different things. And I don't count someone, not saying it's right, but I don't count someone patting a girl on her ass as she walks by rape.
That's not rape. That's just weird. You're just a weirdo.
It's harassment.
That's harassment. That's a harassment.
It's harassment, but it's not rape in any way.
See, let me ask the question to the females and like people that support transgenders. What's stopping me from converting into a female and then going into bathrooms and hurting y'all? What's stopping me? Because yeah, like I said, I'm gonna use your logic for a minute. I identify as a female. Okay, let's say I hypothetically identify as a female, but I still look like a man. Correct? I look like a man right now. But what's gonna happen if I walk to the bathroom and obviously you're gonna get scared, correct? Like, why are you in the bathroom? You're not a female. And I use your own logic against you. I'm like, hold up, you're assuming my gender? No, I am a female, okay? And what? That's just the logic y'all try to use, okay? Like I said in class today, since we're going, I'll tie into sports, since we're talking about the sports in school. Let's say, for example, hypothetically, LeBron James tomorrow was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm tired of being a man. I'm gonna be a woman now. Okay, I'm cutting my cock off. Okay, I'm gonna get a fucking insert vagina. Okay, I'm gonna become a female, correct? Does he continue to play in the NBA? Or does he go to the WNBA where he's gonna fucking literally drop 555 points? I'm just saying, like, that's the question you have to ask. Now, like Dave Chappelle said.
For anyone wondering, yes, he is copying Dave Chappelle's.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Which is supposed to be for comedy.
I mean, this is comedy too. But this is what the point of this is. Like I said, you can either, look at the facts, or you can suck my cock. You dumb piece of fucking shit. Straight up. Like, I don't know. What were you gonna say?
No, you're good. Keep going.
Alright, but essentially, what was the other argument they tried to use against me? Oh yeah, this one kid was talking about MMA, like in combat sports, how like the advantages of a man, obviously having hormones, stuff like that. They talk about a runner. I'm like, all right, so let's say for example, I'm an MMA fighter, right? I'm an MMA fighter, right? No, and for my entire life, I'm fighting in male sports. I become the best wrestler on the planet. Then I decide to become a female, and I go do I get accepted into female sports, right? So when I go into a female sport and I dominate the fuck out of them, well, like, how is that fair to the competition? And people are like, well, bro, like, their arguments are so terrible. I just kind of zoned out. But it's just like, bro, that makes logical sense to me. You know, I mean, like, if you're, because like, if men and women were as good, equally in sports, there wouldn't be a women and men's league. There would just be the league where everyone would play in, correct? We would just all play one league. And that's the reason why leagues exist, because obviously men are better at football than women. It's the reason why we get paid more. It's not because of our gender, it's because people actually care about our sport and watch it. And if you don't like that, then support your women's sports. Simple as that. If you want WNBA players to get paid more money, then watch their games. It's not that difficult. Stop trying to have the NBA fund their fucking shit to give them more salary. They get paid their salary based on how much you watch and the money you spend on them. If you buy their jerseys, they'll get paid more. It's not a fucking hard process to understand. This is capitalism, baby. Capitalism runs this fucking country. Okay, and if you don't like it, go live somewhere else. Please, don't stay here. We don't want you here. Okay, capitalism is the way to be. Fuck socialism. Fuck Bernie Sanders. Whole lot of gang shit.
To be fair, we don't live in a capitalist system. We live in a corporatist system that combines socialism and capitalism. But
well, I believe in capitalism. I believe capitalism is perfect for the country. The harder you work, the more money you should make. I don't give a fuck. But you should tax the rich more. No, you shouldn't. If you work hard, you deserve the money. Jeff Bezos deserves every dollar he has. Because guess what? He went to $1 million of debt to start Amazon up. Took the risk that no one else would take. Okay, if you don't like being poor, get off your lazy ass, start a business, and make money. Stop crying. No, nothing is stopping you in 2021 from starting a business and getting rich. There's nothing is stopping you. You can get rich. They're like, I don't know. People just make excuses because they don't want to accept it, take responsibility for their actions, and so they blame white men.
And this doesn't mean, and like, you can work hard and not get anywhere in life. Like, work hard at finding something that. Work hard at finding something that society actually wants and needs, and then work your ass up to providing that want or need, and you will succeed.
For example, a 5-hour energy guy.
But if you go to college to be a lesbian dance theory useless and you work hard on it, you're most likely not going to succeed because no one gives a damn.
Facts. You know the 5 Hour Energy guy, the guy who made 5 Hour Energy? Essentially, he obviously, before he started his business, he's like, oh shit, I'm going to a gigantic company with like Red Bull and Monster Energy. He's like, fuck, how am I going to compete with these people? And so what he did was he put them in little tiny bottles so that way they could be put next to the cash register, so every time you're about to cash out, you see those bottles. He found a loophole in the market. You gotta find loopholes in the market, guys. You gotta see, for example, online shopping. Go find a loophole. There's loopholes everywhere in every single business, and you can succeed easily, no matter your race, gender, no matter what. You can do it in life if you put your mind to it and you make good decisions. Straight up like that. If you spend all your money on crack, you're gonna be poor. And then you cry to the government that you're homeless. It's your fault for spending all your money on drugs, you dumb piece of shit. I think it's not the government's fault to fund your life. That's called a sugar daddy. Okay. Simple as that. Straight up, you know what I'm saying? What was my next? You got anything else to add? I'm about to go to Ralph McDonald.
No, I don't even know who that is you're talking about.
Well, I'm gonna go I'm gonna do this for about, this is gonna be about a minute segment. Essentially, Ralph McDonald, he has like this program in Dallas. It's like a LGBTQ program that he does. And essentially, guys, he did a PowerPoint today. If you guys want to check out his stuff, Ralph McDonald, he's talking about like gay people, like gay people in the media, stuff like that. And so like how they like didn't get much representation until like the 70s and 80s, which I'm not surprised. I mean, that's not new, right? And so essentially, I'm just gonna sum it up for you guys. It was pretty much, it was like, obviously, for example, like a lot of actors back in the 60s, 70s were gay, but couldn't say on shows and stuff like that. They had like kind of like hinted a little bit, and obviously they were very generic. It was a very generic, oh my god, you know what I mean, that type of shit. So yeah, pretty much that's what he did. So Ralph McDonald, he's a cool guy, but you know what I mean, I didn't really care for any stuff. But a shout out to our teacher for giving us a pretty decent speaker, because it's the first time in the entire class we actually had a good speaker. Women in, did you still want to talk about women's sports in high school, or we already covered that shit?
I don't care anymore. Women suck at what they do.
Don't say that. The fuck? No, they don't suck at what they do. They're, like I said, a lot of WNBA players would smoke my shit, a lot of high school girls. But you said earlier, girls high school.
I just think it's entertaining to watch high school girls because.
Well, that's because you're horny.
Well, shut up. No. That's messed up. That's not okay. No. They, I like watching them. They're just, they don't make shots, so they make up for it in aggression. Like, you watch high school and even college women's basketball, even though they don't score, a fight can break out at any moment. Like, they are just aggressive, angry, and always look like they're ready to hit their period.
Okay, well, hold up a second here. Isn't that what guy sports does well? A fight could happen at any moment. They look like they're having raging hormones.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know, because I feel like, no, with basketball, really?
Yes.
Yes, at times basketball can be that way.
How many sensitive guys play basketball?
In basketball, they also try to score in men's basketball, and with women's, I feel like it's more focused on just getting to the other side of the court, because it's not that likely they're going to score.
Oh, nah. No, it's about passing. It's about passing and, doing, like, mid-range shots. And for everyone that said that that's not true, you don't watch women's sports. I literally watched, I had to commentate these games. I had to watch WNBA games. That's what they do.
Dude, I've watched at least 3 WNBA games in my life, and I don't think a single player made a 3-point shot.
They make 3-point shots, but it's like a 25% 3-point percentage. Listen, women, if you want us to care about your sport more, train hard, do your thing, and eventually, if you guys are really good and like it's actually entertaining, we're gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it because I'm not gonna not watch it because it's females. Okay, for example, I watch women's soccer because it's pretty decent. It's not that bad. Especially, I think I would say that women's soccer is better than men's soccer. And the reason why I say that is because in men's soccer, all they do is fucking flop. That's literally all they fucking is a bunch of British fucking European cunts just going, my asshole,
Women's soccer do the same thing.
Bro, not even close. Not even fucking close.
Wait, hold on. Are you talking about national, or are you talking? Did you watch?
No, I'm talking about high school, fucking college.
Watch Chelsea's female team. They do the same thing because it doesn't matter if you're a professional soccer league. That's how the coaches train their players. That's what they do. They practice flopping. It doesn't matter if it's men's or women's. That's just what they do. It's part of the game of soccer now. It sucks and it shouldn't be, but regardless of men or women, and I agree, I enjoy watching women's soccer, not more than men's soccer. I think that's an insane statement to say.
No, it's a factual statement.
Well, yes, because we went to a high school in which our men's soccer team sucked, but if you've been to a professional soccer match, I highly doubt. Okay, so have I. I've not been to a women's professional. I've been to a college men and women's where the men's is far more entertaining and far better than the women's. Even though at my college the women's soccer team has won our conference the last 3 years.
Let me clarify my statements. That I don't think that women are better. For example, the 8th grade team literally beat the fucking national women's soccer league, correct? I'm just saying soccer's not a great sport in the first place, and that women actually have a really good shot to be better than men at the sport. I think it's pretty much the only sport. And to be honest, the games I've watched of women's soccer.
Volleyball. Women are better volleyball
because
players.
guys don't play volleyball. If you play volleyball, if you're a guy and play volleyball, then you probably watch Glee as well. Which, by the way, that was a shit show. That was just a shit show. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Glee. That Glee is terrible. Glee is not a good show.
You say that as if you watched it.
I watched a little bit. My parents watched it, so I was forced to watch it. And it wasn't great. It wasn't a great pocket. And I was like, wait, how you say it? It's my opinion, bitch. It's my opinion. Deal with it, you bum bitch. Simple as that. It's not a great fucking show. But yeah, I think
I've seen an episode of Glee.
Yeah, volleyball. I mean, you're right about that. I mean, is there? I mean, I wish some men would start a men's volleyball league just to get roasted. Imagine signing up for the fucking volleyball league, just getting fucking destroyed in class. Everyone's like, you're a loser.
There's men's sand volleyball leagues, but I don't think
those are cool. Those are actually cool as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I like those. But regular volleyball?
But sand volleyball. You know what's funny? I think sand volleyball is an Olympic sport. Well, regular volleyball isn't.
I think they both are. No, they both are. Because I've watched.
I've always seen sand volleyball.
Because I remember when I was like 12 years old, I watched a volleyball game in the Olympics. It was like Japan versus the who they versus South Korea or something like that. I forgot what it was, but it was some sort of like game like that. It was actually pretty entertaining, but volleyball is not very entertaining. So,
no,
like
I genuinely actually really enjoy volleyball games.
Oh my god,
I really do. I think it's an entertaining sport to watch.
And you also like probably watching the sand dry, don't you? I mean, that's a fucking damn paint dry. You
like soccer? Stop.
I never said I like soccer. I said it's boring. The fuck you on about? I said if I had to watch between men and women, I'd probably watch women's soccer rather than men. That's what I said. I never said I would watch soccer if I even.
So you think women's soccer is more entertaining than men's?
Yes.
No way. No way.
It's a bunch of European losers who just fucking flop. And yes, women do this too, not the rate that men do. Not the rate.
I disagree.
If you watch a little bit of the league and you see the highlights of that.
I do.
Okay, then you should know.
You're insane.
At least I got a big dick, so that's all good. Do you want to move on to NFL?
I did not. I don't care. My team sucks.
Well, I'm talking about it. So, the Buccaneers versus Eagles. So the game. Oh yeah, we're gonna segue to NFL. Pretty much, guys. Long story short, Noah's horny. That's pretty much what you gotta fucking take away from. Anyway.
Okay.
What, you like watching volleyball and shit? Correct.
Yeah, I do.
Exactly. Buccaneers versus Eagles. The game was actually way closer than I thought it would be. What?
Nothing. You said volleyball and I said ass.
Oh, and very nice. Jiggle and shit. Yeah.
Okay, move on to football. I don't care about football, but whatever.
Why don't you care about football? Your team's 0-6?
Shut up.
Damn, hey, you gonna quiet? You gonna cry again?
Number one draft pick is on our way.
Yeah, and you're gonna pick a terrible guy.
No, dude, we're gonna trade Jared Goff.
Oh, the scenes of that. So yeah, Buccaneers pretty much barely beat the Eagles for some fucking reason. I guess. I mean, they were suffering with a little bit of injuries. They missing a lot of guys. Rich Sherman literally looks like a walking corpse out there. Yeah, he joined the team very, very late, but still, I mean, it's Richard fucking Sherman. He's 33 years old, I understand, but again, it's Richard fucking Sherman, so I mean, he should be pretty good in zone coverage. He's getting fucking destroyed. Jacksonville Jaguars got their first win, and Urban Meyer celebrated by going to a strip club and getting lap dances by 13 fucking women. Hell yeah, Urban Meyers, fuck yeah. The Dolphins are absolute fucking dog shit. I think it's pretty obvious at this point that the Dolphins fucking suck. They're 1-5 now. Jacksonville Jaguars are 1-5, which means that Urban Meyers will be extended. His contract will be extended by 3 years. So deal with it, Jacksonville. Deal with it until Urban Meyers quits after 1 year, goes back to fucking college football, and coaches for like a team like USC or something like that. That's probably something's gonna happen. We got the Vikings and Panthers. The Vikings legitimately, like, Mike Zimmer might get fired halfway through the season. They beat the Panthers because the Panthers are the most overrated team. They've lost 3 straight. But dude, Mike Zimmer might be gone. I don't know why he still has a fucking job and why the Minnesota Vikings have a hard on for him. But yeah, he should be gone by now. They're 3-3 at the moment, so if they miss the playoffs, GG's. He's gone for sure. They should not have won that game, by the way. Ravens took a fat shit on the Chargers. I thought Chargers were. Chargers actually been pretty insane this year. Then they got shit on by the Ravens, who are the most lucky 5-1 team I think I've ever seen in my entire life. This is the first commanding win they actually had all season, and so shout out to them. Rams versus Giants. Nothing. I mean, it's pretty obvious. 38-11. I mean, no one gave the Giants a chance, and if you did give them a chance, then you might need to also go into a clinic for mental brain, fucking brain damage because you're stupid. Texans and Colts. I mean, Texans literally don't have Deshaun Watson because 22 women lied about sexual assault rape allegations. Yes, they lied. There's no evidence, bitch. Okay, innocent until proven guilty. The fuck you talking about? Carson Wentz looked incredible that game. For once, he didn't look like a fucking walking mummy out there. So congratulations to him for actually not sucking for once. But it doesn't matter because the Colts still fucking blow shit. Chiefs versus Washington football team. Obviously, Stephen A. Smith talked about how shit the Chiefs are for the past fucking 5 straight days. And so, Patrick Mahomes like, you know what, fuck this shit. And went off. He went completely off on one of the best fucking defenses in the league. Washington football team is still being investigated right now currently for their emails and shit like that. Like I said, Hillary Clinton. And so you better watch out because Noah, John Gruden might not be the only motherfucker going down. There's 650,000 emails. You're telling me I have all those emails, no other motherfuckers getting incriminated? I'm just saying, be on the lookout, guys. Packers doing his daily fucking runs of the Bears. He pretty much, there was actually a clip of him saying, "I own you. I still fucking own you," to Bears fans. And yeah,
hilarious.
It was a great clip. Also, I'll get to Cowboys fans in a minute. I'll talk about them in a minute.
It's just ironic that Aaron Rodgers can still talk shit after he basically told the press that he's bailing on Green Bay.
Oh god, that's Aaron Rodgers, man. He's the goat, one of the goats. Bengals and Lions, 34-11. Oh god, like I don't know how Noah even this is the reason why he doesn't watch sports anymore, guys. Because Detroit Tigers suck. Detroit Lions suck.
The Tigers do not suck. They
are not good.
I don't want to hear any slander.
Hold up. What's your pitching looking like?
We have a core group of great guys, dude.
No, don't. You're not the one.
Casey Mize.
I'll let you have it. You're already in too much pain, anyways. You're in too much pain. The Red Wings might have a shot.
Don't
this
get
year.
me started on college. Michigan.
Yeah, you have college. You have college. I got no college teams.
6-0. We're gonna be coming up here with basketball season, dude. We're gonna be kicking butt in basketball. My teams are doing fine
in college. In professional, however.
Yes, in college, the Tigers on the up and up. The Pistons are figuring things out slowly but surely.
Figuring things out?
This is part of the plan for the Lions. Like, I actually have faith in the Lions administration now. I still hate the owner. I still hate the Fords. But I have faith in Brad Holmes that he knows what he's doing. Campbell has me nervous, but I give him 3 years. A 3-year plan. I'll give him that to fix it. We need a whole new we need a defense. We have no defense. All our defense is garbage. We need a QB and we need one other valuable wide receiver.
So pretty much every position.
And we need to trade Hawkinson. I don't want to talk about the Red Wings because that will make me cry.
Why?
Pistons are figuring it out. We have Cade Cunningham. We have a young core. For every team except the Lions, we have a young core that are coming up and they're entering their prime. So I'm excited for the future of Detroit sports, and I'm hyped to see Michigan doing this well. Now, I am worried with Michigan coming. Northwestern, we're going to smoke Northwestern. I'm not worried about that. The Michigan State game next week is a big one. It's big. So that's going to be interesting. And then after that is obviously the Ohio State game, which is the biggest game of the year, arguably in all of college football, Michigan, Ohio State. So
I'm not disagreeing.
Those two games are like the two big ones, especially this year since Michigan State is also undefeated. So it's going to be interesting coming into these final couple of weeks for college football. And Ohio State may not even make the playoffs because of their loss. So if Michigan can finally get over the hump and beat Ohio State, even if we lose to Michigan State, we could still make the playoffs.
With 7 seconds left, Michigan punter. Oh, it gets blocked. Oh no!
Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Shut up.
All right, I'll stop. But you said the Pistons are you got a young core growing up right now. Before I move to the next game, is that what you said?
Sadiq Bey, Cade Cunningham. Hold on, I haven't pitched just
first stages is not, guys.
Dwayne Casey's a great coach, even though his first couple seasons haven't really done well. Who cares? The Pistons have a terrible roster that they have to get control of. But Dwayne Casey's a great coach. I think no one can deny that.
You're right about that. Dwayne Casey is a great coach, especially with the Raptors. He made that team magical. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and move on because I don't want to shit your team anymore. Cardinals and Browns. Baker Mayfield, man. Baker Mayfield, the gift that keeps on giving. Mr. Inconsistent. I told you guys last podcast, Cardinals are gonna either beat the shit out of the Browns or the Browns are gonna win by like a couple points. It depends on what Baker Mayfield shows up with, and he showed up like a 80-year-old cancer patient. Literally was absolutely terrible. Could not play it whatsoever. He put up 14 points. Was absolute dog shit. And now people are calling for his head. He did get injured. Yes, he got injured. Don't cry in the comments. He did get injured. I understand that. But, bro, And the Cardinals are insane. 6-0, the only undefeated team still, and they are on their way to the top. Do I think they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year? There may be, but I don't think so. They're too inconsistent in my opinion. They either smoke a team out of the water, or they make a game close with a team that does not deserve to be close with them. Kyler Murray, you got this, bro. Keep doing your thing, but I'm worried about that team. I'm very worried about that team. I'm more confident in the Rams winning the Super Bowl than the Cardinals at this moment. The game that hurts me the most.
Wait. Are you saying? Would you compare the Cardinals with the Ravens?
Right now, like
the way you were
year?
talking, yeah, this year. Because the way you were talking, I mean, last week we were talking about how Lamar Jackson likes to make games close. Like they like to
I would
come
say
in
so, yeah.
from behind.
I would say so.
And so you'd say Kyler and Lamar Jackson have been playing similarly?
They play pretty much similar, but except Kyler Murray has a better defense, and also on top of that, he actually has real wide receivers, aka DeAndre Hopkins. Whenever he needs to he gets bailed out. He lobs that bitch up to DeAndre Hopkins. Lamar Jackson has Hollywood Brown, who drops more passes than. I'm not even gonna say that fucking joke. I'm gonna hold that joke back. I actually have a fucking soul. Anyway, yeah, it just depends on the team, man. The team is literally what makes Kyler Murray able to get bailed out of those situations where Lamar Jackson has had those situations, bail him out. I'm not saying Lamar Jackson is the reason why the Ravens are barely 5-1, because they are 5-1, but bro, they've been getting lucky. It's that the team has let them down multiple times, the defense especially. Whereas the Cardinals, their defense is way better than the Ravens, and so you have more confidence in that defense to actually stop a team. It's just, that team
Kyler
just makes
still a
games
better
close.
quarterback than Lamar Jackson.
Who?
Kyler Murray still a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, throwing wise, yeah.
Throwing, I think
Rushing wise.
I think it's an overall.
Nah, but rushing wise,
He's not a
Lamar's got
rushing
it.
QB.
Lamar's
Lamar
got it.
Jackson's a rushing. It's because Lamar's a rushing QB. He doesn't have that much of arm.
You see what Logan Wilson for the Bengals said about Lamar Jackson? He said, because the Bengals are playing the Ravens this week, he's like, bro, Lamar Jackson is just a running back at quarterback. I'm like, dude, why would you say that? You're literally setting yourself up.
Josh Allen is all okay. So what? Josh Allen is basically the same thing, except Josh Allen finally figured out how to use his arm, and he's doing it effectively.
Josh Allen's the same as Lamar Jackson. Is that what you just said?
Well, both Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are known for running, and both are very effective. The early jokes with Josh Allen was that he was a running back that was playing QB,
No.
and now no one's calling him that anymore because he finally figured out how to properly use his arm, and he's accurate now when he wasn't accurate at all the first 2 seasons of being in the NFL.
Now, George will back me up on this. The jokes about him earlier were the fact that he overthrows his receivers by 35 miles. That was the thing. Lamar Jackson was the running back one, but I mean, Josh Allen is also.
No, they both had comparisons because remember Josh Allen was up there with Lamar Jackson in running yards as a quarterback. In fact, didn't he lead the league 2 seasons ago or something?
I don't recall
rushing
that.
yards as a QB?
Josh Allen led the league, but I would have known about it. There's no way.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Fact check. While you're fact checking, I'll talk about the Cowboys-Patriots game because I want to cry miserably. So you have plenty of time. Essentially, guys, Cowboys fans, literally you can suck my ass. Yes, the Cowboys did beat the Patriots. The last 2 minutes of the game, though, I will, from a neutral perspective, the last 2 minutes of the game was actually pretty magical to watch. Like the back and forth between the two teams was pretty incredible. But Cowboys fans got lucky, completely lucky. No questions asked about that. Mac Jones, bro, he threw a pick 6 in the most crucial moment in the entire fucking game, bro. Threw one of the worst passes to a dude who literally has 6 interceptions going into the game. Why are you even throwing in his direction? Of course Diggs is going to intercept that shit, bro. He's the hottest cornerback in the league right now. Which, oh yeah, by the way, I'll get to Diggs in a minute, you fucking idiots. Because Scooter Magruder, a YouTuber I watch, who's really, I watched the podcast with Your Nature and all of them. He talked about Diggs, and he's saying that he's better than a player I'll mention in a minute, but we'll get to that BS in a minute. But Cowboys fans, don't worry, especially all the Cowboys fans text me after the game's over. You can all go fuck yourselves. You're all wastes of fucking sperms. I wish I could sneak into your room and burn all your fucking jerseys, because fuck the Cowboys. Okay? The Cowboys are not going to win the Super Bowl. Stop it. If the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, I will shave my fucking head on a podcast. So that you heard it here first, Noah. Okay? Cowboys are not winning the goddamn Super Bowl this year.
Hilarious.
Okay? Listen, the Cowboys never let you down. They never let you fucking down. Okay? They went 13-3, well, guess what happened? Guess we were talking about him in a minute ago. Aaron Rodgers, your fucking daddy, the guy who fucking birthed through a fucking team. Literally, Jerry Jones doesn't own the Cowboys. Aaron Rodgers owns the Cowboys. He owns your fucking ass. Okay, he owns you. Okay, you're his fucking bitch, and you always will be his bitch. And I can't wait for the Packers to meet the Cowboys in playoffs and beat the shit out of them. Okay, yes, the Patriots lost. I'm not surprised. I said last week we're probably going to lose this game. The Cowboys fans are crying like they just beat the fucking Chiefs. You beat the Patriots, who are on the downswing, okay? Yes, we have a lot of talent. Yes, we really went off this offseason and get some talent on our team. But we still have Mac Jones at quarterback, who, by the way, looks like a Walmart version of George. I hate to break it to you guys. Essentially, the Cowboys fans, don't get too happy. You have the easiest schedule in all of the NFL. The only two hard matchups you have left are the Chiefs and Cardinals. Besides that, every other fucking game you play is an easy win. Okay, wait until you get to the playoffs. I can't wait for all you sad-ass Cowboys fans to be sad in week 1 or 2 of the playoffs when your team gets eliminated because you're overrated as fuck. Good riddance to you fuckers. Fuck the Cowboys. I'm pissing on the star at the moment. It's alright. Patriots will come back strong next year. I never expected to do shit this year, but it's all good because we're on the upswing. We're on the upswing like Noah is. Me and Noah are in the same boat, except our team's a little bit better than the Lions are. But yeah, I mean, Patriots are on the downswing. No shit, you can't be good forever, and we'll be back. We'll be fucking back. And by the way, Cowboys fans, 6 rings, 6 fucking rings. So suck my dick. What are you gonna add, Noah?
Oh no, I was just saying, 2020, Lamar Jackson led the league in rushing yards.
By quarterbacks.
Kyler Murray. Yes, by quarterback.
Okay, I was about to say.
It was Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, somehow Jalen Hurts is on that list in third, and then Josh Allen. But Josh Allen is ahead of Lamar Jackson in rushing touchdowns. The leader that year rushing touchdowns was Kyler Murray, which makes sense. And then Cam Newton led in 2020 with the second most rushing touchdowns with 12.
He also led the league with the most disappointing season. Raiders and Broncos. Broncos fans, I genuinely feel bad for y'all because y'all are so excited. You're 3-0. You're like, yes, our team's good for once. Teddy Bridgewater, the fucking GOAT. 3 straight losses. We could also talk about the Raiders, how they bounced back after John Gruden's dick pics, as well as his racist emails got leaked to the public. By the way, John Gruden, you have a nice cock. But essentially, Raiders bounced back tremendously from the game, and they beat the Broncos by 10 points. Broncos, what the fuck's going on? I thought you were supposed to be good this year. What happened? You went all in on these moves, and you guys are 3-3 right now. I thought, what happened, Teddy Bridgewater? I love Teddy Bridgewater. Like I said, I have a hard on for Teddy. Like, no one knows about my love.
You've been talking about this man for the last 4 years.
Yes, Teddy Bridgewater, hit my lineup, please. Like, you are, like, I have a, like literally, yeah, man. Cause I want Teddy Bridgewater to do so well, and like, he has his own team at the moment. Broncos, get it together so I can actually root for your team, because I fuck with you. Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders are my second team though, but yeah.
I'm so happy Derek Carr is finally figuring it out.
On God, bro. As a Raiders fan, it's like one of my top 3 teams. It's very, very cool to see. Shout out to the Raiders.
I've always had faith in Derek Carr for a long time. And, he had a couple really good seasons, and then he just fell off the map. But now he's back, and he seems to be happy where he is finally, and seems
Las Vegas. That's what it does to you.
Oh, yeah.
Sin City's cold and empty.
And him and Gruden finally seemed to be clicking before Gruden got ousted. So it's good to see that he managed to bounce back.
I think it's a good thing for Derek Carr
And
that he's gone.
And I think he actually has an offense he's comfortable with. Like, I think he's calling plays now, and he's actually comfortable being the leader of a football team.
Josh Jacobs, Henry Ruggs, they got a really good offense line, one of the top 5 offense lines in the league. They have a good team. Defense just needs to step up. That defense is the one issue on that team, but they're getting better. They got some young talent on that team. They do make terrible draft decisions. So, like I said, man, without John Gruden, I think this team could be good. I think there's a lot of head coaches that are very, very qualified for the job. Do you have
I think they're going to stick with the guy they have for the rest of the season.
Yeah, for the rest of the season, 100%. He's definitely he's a very, very good leader. But he's not like a future head coach. Like he's definitely, I think he's good for like an assistant head coach. But yeah.
Do you think if they make it decently far in the playoffs, he's still going to get replaced?
I'm trying to think of an example. I had an example in my head of it where this happened and they made the playoffs and he still didn't get the job. I think it just depends on the situation, like what what's the market's looking like. If there's a good head coach in the market, they're gonna go for him. But if there's not, they might stick with him low key. It just depends on what the market looks like, There's a lot of college football coaches that want a chance in the league, so you never know. You never know what coach could pop up. Mirror Myers last year. What? No. Seattle Seahawks and Steelers. As much as I hate the Steelers, man, I had no faith in the Seahawks this game whatsoever. The Seahawks are just not going to be good this year. Geno Smith, man, you did what you could, to be honest. I mean, the Steelers won on a bullshit call. I don't give a fuck when anyone says fuck the Steelers. They have the worst fan base in all the league. What?
Do you know how old Pete Carroll is?
It's like, what, 60 years old, something like that?
No, Pete Carroll's 70.
Fuck me.
How is that man 70 years old and still doing what he's doing? I don't care if they aren't a great team without Russell Wilson. How is he 70 years old and still doing what he's doing?
Hey, if you love it, man, you're going to keep doing it, right?
He doesn't look 70 at all.
He looks young, way younger. Obviously not young, but
he looks like mid-50s, mid-50s.
What's that skin routine looking like?
Dude, it's incredible. Like, he looks ridiculous for his age.
Would you fuck him?
What?
Bills and Titans. I mean, if anything else you want to go after.
I mean, to be fair, Tom Cruise is also 59. Like, that doesn't even seem.
But Tom Cruise has been around,
It's just
though.
funny. Yeah, he's been around, but he doesn't look 59.
Yeah.
He looks like he's 45. Pete Carroll, like, it just amazes me that some of the guys don't age. Tom Brady's gonna look like he's 40 for the rest of his life.
Yeah, he's gonna be playing fucking football till he's 65 years old. Motherfucker doesn't.
Dude, he said in an interview a couple weeks ago he's willing to play till his 50s.
Like, why? Yeah, good riddance to you, my man. I mean, you're still a legend in my heart. Shout out to Tom Brady. Bills and Titans. I do want to say that the Bills are ballsy. They're one of the ballsiest teams in the league. You have a 4th and 1 on the 5-yard line. You could tie the game with a field goal, but they go for it. They didn't get it, however. But I like the call. I like the call. Just like they put in Josh Allen's hands. They're like, all right, you get this 1 yard for us, or we don't win the game. And he didn't get the yard. But like it was still a very good game. Derrick Henry is just ridiculous. This dude's fucking, like, everyone knows this though. Everyone knows Derrick Henry's just insane. He's just god. He's a god amongst men on that field, and he's unstoppable. He's unstoppable whatsoever. So shout out to him, Ryan Tannehill. You should be on your knees sucking Derrick Henry's cock, because without him you would not have a job right now. That's the truth about it. You can pull up stats all you want, guys. The stats say that Derrick Henry carries his ass. But a shout out to Derrick Henry, shout out to Josh Allen, because that was a good game. That was a really good game. It just came down to the wire. The Bills had a chance to tie it, but like, fuck it, let's go for the win. They didn't get it, so they're now 4-2. Bills are still my favorite, like one of the top favorites in the AFC. I think if the Chiefs and Bills go after it again, You never know, man. You never know. Maybe the Bills might come out this time. The Bills are really, really good this year. Anything you want to add about that, Noah, before I get into Week 7 real quickly? I'm just going to do a little, my favorite matchups.
I don't have anything else.
All right. Looking at some of the matchups here, Chiefs and Titans. That just popped in my shit. If you saw what happened, how Patrick Mahomes bounced back from all this shit talking people have been doing, that could be a really good game because Derrick Henry. That if you know how bad that Chiefs defense is, you know Derrick Henry's about to have a fucking field day. He's about to rush for 200 yards. I don't even think that's exaggeration. He legitimately might rush for 200 yards. The Chiefs are gonna be good though. I mean, I think the Chiefs are gonna come out on top. Actually, no, I take it back. I think Titans are gonna upset the Chiefs. Titans will upset the Chiefs, and simple as that. My Patriots are going against the Jets. If we don't win that game, I'm gonna kill myself. Lions are going against the Rams. Good luck, Noah. You're gonna be 0-7 next week. I feel bad for you. The Rams might be the best. What?
Former QB against his former QB.
Oh, I just realized that. Oh, Matthew Stafford. But they're not playing in Detroit though, so.
No, but it doesn't matter. That's still gonna be rough.
Dude, Matthew Stafford about to shit on y'all. Oh, he's about to shit on you. He's so good. Any other good matchups? Saints and Seahawks. Like, damn, this week is so weak in terms of matchups. The only good one is the Chiefs and Titans. Like, the Broncos and Browns might be another one good one, but that's Thursday Night Football.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just now seen the Lakers lost to the Warriors.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. I'm gonna get to that in a second. I'm about to wrap up the NFL segment. Yeah, it's not looking good, man. Yeah, so essentially, guys, next week we're gonna have a pretty weak NFL week because this week is pretty much filled with bad matchups except for the Chiefs and Titans game. So if you are an NFL fan, get ready for some shit football this week, and good best of riddance to you, my man. All right, you ready to get into some MLB real quickly, Noah? Then we're gonna move on to NBA after that, and then we're probably gonna wrap it up. So did you watch any of the games the past week?
For MLB?
Yeah, like any game at all.
I've really just been paying attention to the American League. I've been off and on with the National League, but I think I was surprised Braves won the first two in both comeback fashion, both walk-offs. But Dodgers won tonight, and then as I was said in the last week for the American League, it depends how you play at in Boston. And last night, Boston blew out the Astros to take the lead, and the game that just ended a couple hours ago, the Red Sox crappy bullpen once again shows their head, and the Astros jump in the 8th inning. I mean, in the top of the 9th. Top of the 9th, 2 outs, you guys give up 7 runs. How does that make you feel?
Listen, first off, I want to say, Ryan Presley, Kendall Graveman, all you fuckers that are in the reserve pitchers, give you a round of applause. Brooks Raley, all you guys can literally kiss my fucking ass. You guys slept 7. It was 2-2 going into the 9th inning. 2-2. We had a lead until the 8th inning, right? We couldn't hit for shit. You should have left
Evoldi out there to finish the 9th. You should have given him the chance to finish it. I know.
Shit, I just read the wrong list. My bad. Not those pitchers. Sorry.
Brian Nathan's the guy that finished y'all.
Yeah, Nathan can fuck yourself. Sorry, my bad. Nathan can fuck yourself. I literally, he went into the game and left. You know how much runs he gave up, Noah? And literally, he only gave 1 out. He will put 1 out together and gave up 4 fucking runs. 4 fucking runs. Dude's first pitch is right. Oh my god. This dude's man. He was a savior for the Yankees.
A bunch of those runs, he wasn't actually pitching because they had a replacement player. He left those guys on base. Then the guy that replaced him, I can't remember his name at this moment, that replaced Eovaldi. They should have left Eovaldi out there to try to end the inning. Instead, they went to the bullpen with 1 out. The guy walked him to have bases loaded, which led to the 2 outs. and it was a mess from there.
Martin
in which
Perez,
you had Michael Brantley coming up. Michael Brantley, one of the best hitters in baseball, period, came in with that clutch 3-run double, which pretty much ended the game.
Man, like we had it in the fucking bag.
2 straight errors by fielding, for 2 straight throwing errors by.
Which, by the way, our fielding is good. Our fielding's been good all year long, and
yeah,
it just sucks. Alex, Vergo, bro. I just want to say, bro, good job for getting no hits whatsoever. Literally, this dude swung at everything, bro. I swear to God. 0-2 count. Dude throws a pitch down low, and this dude fucking swings at it. Like, it wasn't even close to the strike zone. He just fucking goes after. Like, what the fuck? What are you, like, fucking playing in the MLB The Show? Where you just swing at everything? Like, what the fuck? What are you, fucking 5 years old? Bro, like I said, like, hitting-wise, we just couldn't convert runs. And fucking pitching-wise, we were good until the 9th inning, man. Our relievers should all fucking drink some bleach. And just hope you play better next game, because next game, guess what it's gonna be? No, the deciding game. Well, it's not the deciding game, but it could be a crucial game in Fenway. And like you said, who's gonna play good in Fenway? Game 5 is gonna decide probably who wins the series. Most likely, obviously, it's not set in stone because obviously it goes to 6 games. But if the Red Sox come out like this in Game 5, we're gonna lose, and we have to rely on us beating the Astros at home, which is very, very difficult. Yes, we've done it, but it's very, very difficult.
And there's talk that Chris Sale is going to start for y'all.
Pretty much so, yeah. It's not looking good, but I have faith in my team. I'm gonna stick with this team. I'm gonna hope to God that we can win a game. Kyle, I need you to fucking hit the fucking ball, okay? Please hit the ball. Devers, you're the star of the team, correct? So you should be able to do it. JD Martinez, he looks injured. Even though some people disagree with me, he looks injured. I don't know.
I mean, he hit that 2-run homer yesterday.
Yeah, but the way he's running, the way you can just tell something's wrong with him. But obviously he's better than what we have.
Bogarts was the only offense for y'all. Bogarts had that 2-run double, and
yeah, he's been really good this entire fucking playoffs. But we knew that he's a beast of a shortstop for us. He makes incredible plays for us defensively wise. But it takes more than one guy. That's the good thing about baseball. You can have 8 really good players, and that one player can fuck you. So our team needs to come together, man. Our back lineup, it was literally. I have the stats pulled right here. I was trying to fact check myself. Out of the back 6 guys, okay, we have Travis Shaw as a pitch hitter, but out of the back 5 guys of our lineup, we had 1 hit out of all 5 of those guys. Which, by the way, there's some pretty good guys. Like, for example, Hunter Renfroe, who's a very good right fielder, very good at hitting home runs. Nothing this series. So, congratulations. We burned out till Game 5. Fuck you, Astros, you cheating bitches. And suck my dick. I'll go ahead and briefly talk about the Dodgers since you talked about them for a second. Pains me when Dodgers do well. I fucking hate them. The Braves literally had the game in the bag, right? They're about to go up 3-0, and they fucking blew it in the 8th inning. Bro, you had it in the fucking bag, bro. God, man, did you watch that game, Noah? Or did you see highlights?
I saw the highlights of the Grand Slam to tie it.
Yeah, essentially, it's GG's. I still have faith the Braves are going to close it.
I think it's definitely a far more competitive series than both of us thought. We both thought that the Dodgers were going to walk through the Braves.
Which I was so sad about. Yeah.
But you know what? Now it looks much more competitive than we both originally thought. And I still think the Dodgers are going to pull it out. But if the Braves upset them, I don't think anyone's going to be upset by that. I think that will create a more interesting World Series.
Oh, so happy. So fucking happy.
It will create an actually interesting World Series because I think we can both agree that the Dodgers would probably beat both the Astros or Red Sox if facing the World Series. But if the Braves end up beating the Dodgers, I think it doesn't matter who wins in the American League. Both those teams have a better chance against the Braves than against the Dodgers.
And if scoring, because the Braves and Red Sox are some of the highest scoring baseball teams right now, you are gonna love that series because it's just gonna be nothing but hitting. The Braves, even though they lost, they hit the ball really well. Only one person in their starting lineup didn't get a hit. Like Freddie Freeman has been incredible this entire series, but we obviously know Freddie Freeman's a beast. Austin Riley didn't have a good game this game, but he's been pretty decent all year. I mean, pretty much all year long. But this team, man, they definitely can beat this team, the Dodgers. They like games like this are really crucial, bro. Like these are gonna come back to bite you in the ass.
It's the same thing with the Red Sox. The bullpen isn't great. Like once you get to the bullpen, it's really a wild card game because I mean
Jackson, guys.
The offense saved the Braves the first 2 games. And then the bullpen blew it this game, and the bullpen blew it for y'all this game. So it really is, if the bullpen can pull it together and not be crappy. And that's the thing too, the Dodgers starters tend to choke. Clayton Kershaw being the prime example of being one of the greatest choke artists of all time. So if the Braves can jump on the Dodgers starting pitching, they have a great chance of winning the series. But they have to get to them early, or else it's going to be nearly impossible.
I completely 100% agree. Yeah. We'll get this essentially game 5. Both series are 2-1 and 2-2, so they're gonna go both down. They're gonna go deep series. So we have a potentially good World Series to get to very, very soon. And so I mean, like I said, man, we're gonna see how it goes. Who plays good in Fenway is gonna determine that series. And the Dodgers and Braves, if the Braves play good starting pitching wise, and they don't have to go deep into their bullpen, they should get some wins. I'm gonna move on to basketball because that's what today was officially the best day of the year, guys. Well, not the best day of the year. Christmas is the best day of the year, but the second best day of the year is the opening day of NBA. Yes, sir, guys. The NBA has officially started today. And guess who isn't playing? Mr. Kyrie Irving. He still hasn't made a decision on his vaccine status. Noah, should the Nets trade Kyrie Irving? And I already know my answer for this, but what do you think? Do you think the Nets should trade him? Do you think they should stick with him until he decides differently? What do you think?
I don't know who'd want him.
Any team that's not in New York or LA.
Is it New York? So what policy is it? Their NBA policy regarding vaccinations, or is it the New York State?
It is
policies?
The states, because for example, Bradley Beal is not vaccinated. He's unvaccinated. Yet he can still play because he plays in Washington D.C. You know what I mean? So he can play every single game except for New York and LA games, which are a lot of those games. So Bradley Beal's eventually going to have to, but he's still playing. I don't think the
Nets will trade him because they made a commitment to him when they signed him, and let's face it, that entire team was focused around Kyrie to begin with. I think if Kyrie leaves, you have a good chance of KD and Harden both saying, yeah, we really didn't want to be here to begin with.
Yeah, I think personally that Kyrie Irving is going to change his mind. I think it's going to take a couple weeks. But I think if at some point he's going to come back. He's going to come back and he's going to keep playing.
I don't know. He's going to be a stubborn.
I get that. Yeah,
mother.
If you know Kyrie Irving, you know he's stubborn as fuck.
He still believes the Earth is flat.
I mean, it is. I'm kidding. Relax. I'm joking. Okay, I do that to troll. I troll.
He's not.
I'm not. All right, guys. Yeah, guys. The Earth is flat, guys. The Earth is flat. Completely flat. Okay. You know why you can't go to Antarctica? Because it's the edge of the world. Okay, that's the reason why. Anyway, look at the box score right now. Pretty much it's nothing that I expected, but Lamar Aldridge is fucking 0 points. Sorry, 1 point. 1 point, bro. That's all you had to produce? 3 rebounds, bro. Come on, man. But essentially, if you look at the box score, it's pretty much what you expect. Kevin Durant, James Harden carrying the team. James Harden, however, did have a bad night. 6 for 16. Fuck. Patty Mills was really incredible. Patty Mills went off. He was the only bench player who actually did something. All the other bench players were fucking horse shit. Blake Griffin has 6 points, 2 for 5, only played 23 minutes. Like, what? Like, I don't know. You're not really expecting much from Blake Griffin, to be honest. So, I mean, whatever. But still, like, damn, that's all you had to produce? But, yeah, essentially, that's going to be the story of the Brooklyn Nets. Is if Kevin and James Harden don't carry the team, yeah, you're not going to win. I mean, that's what happens when Kyrie Irving is missing and you have Joe Harris starting in the starting lineup, you know, who, by the way, is a good player, but if he's not shooting the ball correctly, he's not hitting his three-point shots, he's useless. Completely useless. And he can't play defense, you know. But Giannis Antetokounmpo, I mean, we all knew what he was going to do. He's going to come in and absolutely just fuck the entire team like a fucking hooker. This dude literally fucking is crazy. Chris Middleton did his thing. Just he didn't shoot threes at all this game. He was very, very like going inside a lot. So yeah, and also Grayson Allen. How the fuck did he make the starting lineup, bro? How the fuck did this tripping cunt make the starting lineup over someone like Pat the Pat guy? I forgot his last name. It's way too long for me to fucking say. Also, Giannis's brother is on the team as well, and he actually could be a future like role player for them. He was pretty decent. He actually has a lot. He's a very good defender. So, hey man, the Giannis brother is about to take over the league. Obviously, one of them's already taken over the league, but the brother might be on the come up, low key. But yeah, like I said, I mean the Bucks came in. It was a statement win, essentially telling the Brooklyn Nets, you're not good as us. Kyrie Irving is hopefully watching us at home. Like, you know what? I need to come back. I gotta come back. I can't just watch my team crumble like this. And I'm pretty sure the team needs him, even though they say they're not going to need him. They need him, especially in games like this. Obviously, against like bad teams, they're gonna smoke the shit out of them. But against like good opponents, you're gonna need Kyrie Irving, whether you like it or not. And then Steph Curry. You want to know what his shooting percentage was, Noah?
He had a triple-double, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists.
He shot 23% from the field. Man literally was throwing up bricks the entire night. Yeah, he still had a triple-double, to be fair, but this man was not hitting his night. He was not on.
How do LeBron James and Anthony Davis combine for 67 points and they still lose?
Because I hate to break it to you, but
throwing bricks.
I hate to break it to you, that team literally like doesn't have any other talent. Yes, Westbrook's on the team.
Only put up 8 points. Russell Westbrook only put up 8 points.
He had 5 rebounds
in
for
his Lakers debut.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play better though. I believe in Russell Westbrook. He's not like people saying he's a bad player is stupid. You don't know basketball if you think Russell Westbrook's a bad player. Yes, he makes bad decisions. He throws up bad shots. But to say that he's not efficient or a good player on the court is idiocy. That's idiotic and retarded, essentially. Russell Westbrook is a good piece for this team. He just needs to. I don't know, man. Like this team. Like if you look at this team. You don't see three-point shooting on this team, and I knew this going into the league, the season. There's no three-point shooters on the team. Kent Bazemore is probably the best three-point shooter you have. And if that's the case, that's a fucking issue. That's an issue. Okay, all these players are ISO players or inside guys. That was the problem I was talking about. You needed shooting. You need shooting, and you don't get shooting. You got Rajon Rondo who can't shoot. You got Kent Bazemore who's fucking. He had 8 3-point attempts. But he didn't hit shit. Kent Bazemore is one of the most inconsistent players. Carmelo Anthony, ISO. Malik Monk, who was obviously on the Hornets beforehand, he might be a good piece for him on the bench, but I mean, he's still young. I don't think he's gonna make a difference. And Avery Bradley obviously can't shoot. Dwight Howard can't shoot. Where's your shooting on this team? You got no shooting, so all you have to do as a defense is just play inside. You play inside, the Lakers are fucked. Essentially, that's how it's gonna go. But the Warriors still won. They still won, and I think you have to credit their bench. Their bench was incredible this game. They came in and boosted the offense. Obviously, Draymond didn't really score that much. Andrew Wiggins actually, he was efficient. He was very, very efficient tonight. He shot 50% from the field, 40% from 3. Andrew Wiggins, shoot the ball a little bit more, man. I mean, you're very efficient tonight, and yeah, I mean, I want to see Andrew Wiggins do well. But that bench, man, really bailed them out entirely. And when you go to Lakers bench, you got nothing. That was the difference between the game time. You said they combined for 6-7 points, but it's kind of hard when one, you can't shoot threes, and two, your bench literally doesn't produce jack shit. And also Russell Westbrook has a terrible night, 4 for 13. You know what I mean? That's gonna hurt you tremendously.
Is Carmelo Anthony now on the Warriors?
No, Lakers.
He's on the Lakers?
Yeah.
Dang, so the Lakers really are stacked.
They are stacked to the fucking brim, and they, you know what I mean?
How do you balance, because both Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony and LeBron all are known for having attitude problems.
Okay, alright, hold up. Yes, LeBron has an attitude problem, but it's not like he's a diva out there, you know? He's not like a Kyrie Irving.
Yes, he is.
Really?
Yes, he is.
Really?
He's not to the level of...
Man, what do you expect? He gets fucking covered 24/7. ESPN has his entire dick in their mouth. Like, what do you expect him to just sit there and just take it 24/7?
But, dude, the guy... You see the way he acts around the refs and the way he reacts when his fellow teammates.
Because the refs fucking suck.
Well, yes, but he's also he's a big baby. And, dude, he famously flops. Like, he's famous for flopping.
No, Marcus Smart.
You know this.
Marcus Smart is one of the biggest floppers in the entire NBA. Yes, that's coming from a Celtics fan.
Okay,
Speaking.
You're not Marcus Smart.
Because Marcus Smart flops like crazy. This dude literally flops probably more than LeBron.
Have anything to do with what I was saying?
Yes, because you said that LeBron's one of the biggest floppers in the league. I say that Marcus Smart flops more.
Okay, I mean, he does it more. Like, everyone knows about LeBron James and his flops. Everyone knows that he's famous. And he's famous for being flamboyant around the refs and for making a lot of noise. I've seen more footage of him in the last couple of years complaining to the refs than I have of him even when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, he's complaining to the refs. It's only when he has the ball in his hands that he looks like he actually cares about what he's doing.
So you're saying LeBron doesn't care?
I'm saying LeBron doesn't care when it's not about him. Therefore, he tries to make it about him.
Alright, well, I'm going to move on to some interesting matchups that are happening. I'm looking at some of these matchups. These matchups are weak. Oh my god, they're so... I mean, okay, the Nuggets versus the Suns. That's the only good game. I mean, the Boston versus New York Knicks, that's not going to be good. Yeah, all these games are very, very weak, except for that game. In that game, particularly, I'll take the Suns. But the topic I want to talk about before we move on to the last topic, the last segment, it's going to be a short one, is Ben Simmons. So Ben Simmons has been suspended by the team for the season opener tomorrow. I don't know why he hasn't been traded yet. Oh, I know why. Because no one wants him. Nobody wants this dude. Okay, for one, it's kind of hard when you can't shoot. You don't shoot in the fourth quarter, especially. You are good every other aspect of the game. One of the best point guard defenders. Yes, I'm considering him a point guard. He's one of the best defensive guard players in the entire league. He is one of the best passers and the best rebounder. Him and Russell Westbrook. But scoring-wise, he doesn't have it. He does not have that scoring punch. And you need from your point guards nowadays? You need scoring punch. Okay, so I don't know what he's going to do. He doesn't seem like he's going to change his mindset. And so, have fun, 76ers. Get fucked. If I were the Celtics, if I was any team, I wouldn't trade for him, to be honest. I would keep him on the 76ers. Have fun. Have fun with that shit mess. You know what I mean? 76ers, this is what you deserve. I don't know why the fans of Philadelphia are allowing Ben Simmons to do this. I hope he gets booed in the home opener. Because you deserve it. You choked the last playoffs. You're the reason why the 76ers got dropped out of the playoffs. Yes, Joel Embiid was very influential as well in them losing, but mainly it was Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons was the main reason. Why do you think he isn't showing his face in the fucking training facilities? Doc Rivers kicked him out of practice the first day. because of how annoying he was and how he wasn't like engaging with the team. Like, he doesn't want to be there, but tough luck, bitch. No one else wants you in the league. Okay, maybe like a shit team, but you don't want to go to a shit team. You want to be on a contending team. The problem is contending teams don't want to play like you and their team. That's scared to shoot the ball. So have fun with 76ers. 76ers won't do shit until Ben Simmons is gone. I believe that his team won't win with Ben Simmons on the roster. Prove me wrong. Go ahead. I would love to see it. Ben Simmons is not efficient with the ball in his hands. He makes good passes for others. But him and Joel Embiid on the court together don't work. That's just the problem. Until he learns to shoot a three-point shot, that's just how it's gonna be. Simple as that. Do you have any comments on Ben Simmons, my guy?
I don't care enough.
Well, all right, cool. I'm trying to look at some teams for like a sleeper pick this year. I'm gonna take the Kings, the Sacramento Kings. I think Sacramento Kings are gonna slip into the playoffs this year. I think this is the year to do it. I like some of the moves this offseason. I think that obviously got a young team on their hands. I wish the Sacramento Kings would move to Vegas, but you know they just signed to a new arena, so that's never gonna happen. NBA, by the way, NBA, if you want to expand your revenue source, expand it to the two biggest markets that need these sports teams, Vegas and Seattle. Those places need a team, but do your thing. Or remove the Memphis Grizzlies.
You just love
to Tennessee.
Vegas, period.
Because,
you want as many
yes.
sports teams as possible.
Fuck it. You know what? I'm going to talk about another sports team I want to go there. The Oakland Athletics. Which, by the way, is going to that has more of a chance of happening. But actually, the president of the Athletics has gone to multiple interviews talking about how, if you look at his body language, he kind of wants to go to Vegas. He knows he wants to go to Vegas. Okay, he's trying to like make it seem like he doesn't want to. But the city of Oakland was like, here, we could build a stadium for you in the most inconvenient place on the planet. How are you going to fund it, first off? Second off, it's going to cause so much disruption to the surrounding area. And it's on a rising sea level, which means that you're going to have to build it extremely high, which is going to cost way more money. When you can come to Vegas, where people actually give a shit about your team. Because guess what? Oakland Athletics are squished into the market of the San Francisco Giants. You get the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Anaheim Angels. Yes, they are the Anaheim Angels. I know they're called Los Angeles Angels, but they play in Anaheim. They play in fucking Anaheim. So I don't know why they changed their city name to Los Angeles, because they don't play in Los Angeles. But you got so many sports markets in that area. Seattle Marlins. Why have another one in the Bay, like, you know, the Bay Area with the 49ers? I mean, you saw how it worked with the Raiders. So look at the attendance numbers. People will go to 49ers games over Raiders games every single day, and that it shows the attendance. And so what did the Raiders do? They went to Las Vegas, where they have the number one attendance in the entire league, besides the Cowboys. And the reason why the Cowboys have the number one attendance is because their stadium literally holds 105,000 people. Okay, in terms of the percentage of sellout games, the Raiders have sold out every single game started this year. And that's what Vegas does. Golden Knights have the highest attendance in all of the NHL ever since they became an expansion team. Why would you not want to come to Vegas? Like, the market's there. And yes, it's a small market. It's a small market because the metropolitan area of Vegas is 2.3 million people. But if you know how fast the Nevada population is going up, it's second to Idaho in terms of the fastest growing states in America. If you know that market has eventually become a medium market team, and they could definitely support it, especially with 46 million tourists that come there every single year. You don't think that they want to come see their home teams playing in Vegas? Come on, it just makes sense. It just makes sense for it to happen. Why would you want to stay in Oakland? You know what I mean? And why is the NBA not, capitalizing on a market that's there, that can expand their money buckets? I know Adam Silver is not a fucking dickhead like Roger Goodell is, or Manfred is, but he's still, obviously, he's a business. You know what I mean? He gotta make money, so that's the moneymaker right there. But that's just what I think about it. Yeah, is there anything else you want to add on that, or?
No, I think you're jerking off Las Vegas.
You're goddamn right I am. I'll see you there in 2 or 3 years, my guy. I'm gonna be having fun in the desert, getting fucking burned up, you bum bitch. You're gonna be in fucking Nashville, fucking listening to country music all day long. While I'm gonna be partying and getting fucking diseases.
Bro, I'll be partying harder than you will, babe.
Oh, whatever. Now, alright, fuck this shit. This is how we're gonna end the fucking podcast. What's a better city Nashville or Vegas? Go ahead, Noah. Why do you think Nashville's better?
What are the Nashville's better? I mean, I wouldn't live in the downtown area. The rent is expensive as heck, same as any big city.
Where'd you live in Tennessee then?
But I live probably in an apartment in one of the outer counties, probably near Dixon area. But dude, if you talk about, yes, both cities are known for partying, but like, would you rather be part of a older, more business? It's two different party zones though. Vegas is more of a business, more wealthier business casino, doing cocaine, or dirty heroin needles. Fun fact: last time I went to Vegas, I saw a guy shooting up heroin in a McDonald's attached to a casino. True story. Nashville is a younger crowd. It's young adults, college students, people who just graduated college, getting wasted at bars, listening to good music, and it's alive 24/7.
Are you done?
And Nashville already has an established sports, area. It's already very established in the area. Vegas is up in the air with that.
All right, hold up. I'm gonna go ahead and dispute some of your points. By the way, before I start, Ben Shapiro moved to Tennessee, moved the Wire there, and I think it was a good move though. By the way, so, like I said, I'm not dissing Tennessee. Tennessee's a beautiful state, by the way. I'm not dissing it at all. I just want to, defend my point. But what did you say?
I think Nevada's a beautiful state. I love driving through Nevada. I think it's a gorgeous state. It's just Vegas is nothing but a strip of land. It's nothing but literally that strip of land.
Right.
And it's the only thing going for it is the UFC.
All right. Well, here's where you're wrong. For one, you said how do you describe Vegas? You said it was a old crowder.
Well, yeah, it's an older, more like no young person besides you, would really wants to go to a casino.
Well, for one, I'll go ahead and give you statistics. The people that are moving to Nevada, 53% of them are under the age of 22 years old, and gambling is continuing to rise. Yes, millennials don't gamble as much as the older people do. That's just how it is. But what Vegas is doing, because everyone thinks that Vegas is just casinos. Vegas makes, out of all the revenue Vegas makes, 12% of it is from gambling. 75% of it is from entertainment. They are the entertainment capital of the world, and you can't debate that. I know Dubai is it? No, first Dubai was built on cheap labor.
Entertainment attached to the casinos.
In downtown, there's downtown. The downtown Vegas literally has places that are by itself that are big, gigantic areas where you can do multiple different things. There's no casino in sight whatsoever. And even on the Strip, you want to use the Strip example for example, on the north side of the Strip, they have a little shopping area where there's no casino in about a half a mile radius, and it has a bunch of different things. For one, you could do axe throwing. There's places where you can smoke weed at, because obviously weed's legal in Nevada. That's also no reason. And they got shopping areas that don't really have casinos in the area. Yes, there are casinos because that's what Vegas is built on. But the problem is that they're trying to shy away from that a little bit, because obviously millennials don't gamble as much, and you're seeing more and more entertainment things pop up as time goes on. The thing with Vegas is it's 25 years old, pretty much. I mean, nothing was there 25 years ago, right? I mean, pretty much like 25 years ago, it was literally small casinos, and then
Vegas
obviously
has been
Steve
around
Wynn.
for a long time. Wait, hold on.
Steve Wynn came in.
Vegas has been around for a very long time. The original.
The new Vegas. I'm talking about New Vegas. The Vegas that we know today. Because back in the day, obviously the mob ran it in the 60s and 70s. Obviously, I know that Vegas became a thing in 1931. 1931 is when Vegas allowed gambling.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas has always been a staple of Nevada and America. I mean, yes, Vegas has reinvented itself multiple times, and it has expanded, but Vegas has been around for a very long time. So is Nashville for that part.
But the thing I'm trying to say here is that it's like Dubai. Like a lot of the urbanization and like the recent renovations happened recently. If you look at the buildings in Vegas, there's not like on the Strip, there's no casino that's older than 20 years old, 25 years old. All of them are brand new casinos. Everything is being destroyed and brought back up. Like the Mirage is the oldest casino on the Vegas Strip at the moment, and it was built in 1990. So the thing is, everything is being constantly. The new one that opened, the Resorts World, opened in June of 2021. And by the way, I can't wait. I'm gonna go there in probably next couple weeks. It's a beautiful place. It's a $4.6 billion resort, and it's ran by 2 Chinese investors, Boy Gaming. They are very, very beautiful and big company. They own a bunch of casinos in the city in China that it's the only city in Asia that allows gambling. The Morocco, it starts with an M. The Machada, fuck.
I don't know.
There's a city in China that allows gambling. It's the only place in all of Asia you can gamble. And it's not a part of China, but it's a part of China, if that makes sense. Like the laws aren't the same in there, so you can gamble there.
You mean Hong Kong?
No, next to Hong Kong. It's the city next to Hong Kong. Hong Kong is connected to it. Here, it's spelled Macau. But essentially, they make 3 times more money gambling-wise than Vegas does. And the difference between Vegas and that city is that people try to compare it to Vegas. That city runs on gambling. Vegas runs on entertainment. You go to Macau for gambling. You go to Vegas for entertainment. Gambling is optional. You don't like if you go to Vegas, you can have a good trip just entertainment wise, but gambling is the thing. You can gamble if you want to, but in Macau you have to gamble to have fun. That's literally all it is. You see people go to Vegas all the time not gamble. I mean,
well, yeah, but Vegas has always been entertainment too.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's the entertainment capital of the world. There's no other city on the world that entertains people better. Yes, Nashville has the music thing. I kind of compare, to old Austin. Obviously, Austin nowadays is not that anymore because they got ruined by fucking Californians. But it's a beautiful. I'm not saying Nashville's a beautiful. Like I would be happy living there.
Austin City Limits is still probably the most iconic music scene in America.
Yeah. Nashville is definitely a beautiful city. Like the music culture there is beautiful. But in terms of like the lifestyle, I'm trying to go crazy for it.
Other than circus acts that no one gives a rat about anymore, what entertainment is there? Vegas is where old stars go to die.
Well, here's one.
It's where stars like Aerosmith go to die. It's where stars like the Oak Ridge Boys go to die. Tony Bennett. I love all these artists, but it's when stars want to have a place that they can perform once or twice a year that they know old people will go see. They get a Vegas residency. That's a well-known thing.
Yes.
Yes, no young person wants to see Aerosmith.
You'd be surprised.
You
clearly don't know the crowds.
I'm sure there are some potheads that grew up listening to Aerosmith in the back of their junkie dad's car.
You do realize that newer artists nowadays are the ones that are performing in Vegas, right? Like Jack Harlow, fucking Lil Nas X, all those type of artists are performing every day in Vegas, non-stop. Yes, Katy Perry, people like that are still performing there. Obviously, older people are performing, but if you know the performing list is mostly newer artists, especially in Resorts World, Mirage, the Flamingo, a lot of the Wynn, the Encore. A lot of those places have younger and more like well-known artists. I mean, fucking Kanye was there a couple weeks ago.
You see my argument about Nashville. Nashville, literally a ton of rising stars are going through Nashville. Like, it is a must-tour destination.
Rising stars.
So is Dallas, for that matter. So why are we... I don't think this is a good argument point, because you can argue any big city with a young, up-and-coming, population is going to be good for entertainment.
What will these artists rather go to? Because, what was the last big artist that performed in Nashville? Like, that was well known.
So, literally every artist that tours. What do you mean?
Compared to Vegas, what?
I live 40 minutes away from Little Rock, and we had who did I just see that announced to come to Little Rock today? That's massive. Oh shoot.
Where you live near Little Rock, the capital, like fucking murder everywhere, bro. Little Rock's a shit city.
Here, Morgan Wallen's coming, the baby's coming. Jack Harlow was just here. Harry Styles just announced concert coming here. Some of the biggest stars in the world come to Little Rock. Who cares about who's touring? People tour all over the place. I don't care. I'm talking about people that make it their home, that have residencies. In Nashville, the people there are young, they're hungry, and they're really talented artists. In Vegas, you get old, washed up artists that only old people and potheads want to go see.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the perception of everyone in Vegas is old. I mean, if you look at the population and all that, most people are young. It's about the same age as Nashville.
I'm not talking about the nearby suburban areas. Yes, I know people that live in the suburban areas of Vegas. I know I actually have some family that lives there. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the actual downtown, the strip that is Vegas. Because I don't think the suburban areas are even called Vegas. Like, that's a separate city.
Well, they're West Henderson, but like there are suburban areas. It's just like there's like a very like, cause Summerlin is very very close to the strip, and obviously like the strip doesn't like start like West Henderson. Like some of the strip is in West Henderson, and so like those kind of cities like the surrounding areas. But there are suburban areas, especially on the west side and the east side a little bit that are in Vegas.
Right, and I'm sure within a couple years, Vegas, when it starts expanding more and, you know, it becomes more and more industrialized and they expand into the desert, which, you know, that heat is a killer.
The thing is, there's actually something that might be happening in the future. There's a lot of things that could potentially make Vegas a lot like more cooler and nicer. Obviously, you know what Arizona's doing right now with the planting trees and like, you know, but the reason why Vegas can't do that right now, and the reason why they can't like water a lot of trees, because they're getting fucked over in the Lake Mead this deal, which is giving them only 2%. By the way, fuck California. This is the reason why Nevada hates California, because if you know anything about the Colorado deal, California gets 27% of the water from that deal. Nevada gets 2%. 2%. That's all they get. And so they have to conserve water so badly, but there could be changes to that in the future. So Vegas got way more water here pretty soon. And honestly, they might eventually start pumping water from the Pacific Ocean, which I've been trying to point out. The problem is it's way too expensive. So but the thing is, it could get affordable here in the very near future. So you could see Arizona and Nevada come to an agreement to pump water from the Pacific Ocean into those two states to give them clean, fresh water. Yes, desalination is going to have to happen. And people say desalination is not good for the economy or it's good for water. You're fucking stupid. It's not. Okay, you're in a desert, so that salt that you get out of the water, you can put it in the desert and let it evaporate into the air. That's how it would fucking work. But, you know what I mean? Progressive people don't want that because they think it's going to hurt the environment. No, it's not. It's just going to help out fucking the area. Because obviously if Vegas has more green to it and like more trees, because trees are the best way to combat the sun, and cooler and like better colored streets. If the streets of Vegas were a lot more cooler colored and the buildings a lot more cooler colored, which a lot of buildings are cooler colored in Vegas, like they don't have like dark buildings, they're a lot more cooler, you know what I mean? But I think Vegas, definitely the heat's the biggest issue people complain about, but obviously you're in a fucking desert, what do you expect? But you know, a couple miles up into the Nevada, you get green, beautiful area. So that I mean, if, in the future, you could see Vegas become like a very beautiful, like non-desert type area. But they don't want to expand too much because obviously there's a lot of like good landscape in like Nevada. Obviously, you know, the Grand Canyon is very, very, very near like the area, and like all like the cliffs and valleys, stuff like that. And so that makes like the beautiful pictures. I mean, it's like yeah, you're right. Yeah, never mind. But it's like what, like an hour or two drive away or fly away.
It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, but it's in the I'm trying to say it's in the proximity. You know, I mean, it's in the general area. You know what I mean? But that entire area is a very desert area. But like, I mean, that's you kind of expect that going into it. But you could see that area become different in the future. But it just depends on what Nevada lawmakers do. California definitely sucks as a state, and I think the more suckage that they do, the more people are gonna flood to Nevada, and we could see some things happen in the future. But like I said, guys, Vegas and Nashville are beautiful cities. There's a reason why they're blowing up like they are. They're growing at gigantic rates, so obviously me and Noah are gonna take advantage of that until California ruins the entire country for us. But yeah, Nevada is a swing state too, which means as a Republican, it's gonna help me out go in there and try to because they already have a heavy presence of Republicans in there, but they did vote Democrat last election. They're a swing state at the moment, so a lot more Republicans are trying to go to Nevada, try to turn into a red state, which is good. So yeah, and I think I forgot if Tennessee is a red state or not. I think they're red, right?
Yeah, but they're kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A lot of young people are trying to go ruin it.
No. They're pretty. Nashville's like the only liberal part of Tennessee.
Okay, I'm not surprised.
It's because it's a big metro area, so of course it's going to lean more. But like a lot of the outskirts is very well. Tennessee's a huge hunting state.
Yeah.
So, that's a large part of their economy. So they're tend to be very conservative when it comes to gun laws and hunting and conservation, stuff like that. So
that's another thing too. I think Nevada is definitely going to be like, because obviously California goes into ruined states, like they've ruined Oregon, they ruined they ruined Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon's a shithole. Seattle, Washington, Colorado. The thing with Nevada,
California. If anything,
I can.
No. If anything, Oregon and Washington ruined California. Because Oregon and Washington is far more radical. The people that live there are far more radical than even California. And that's always been the case. They've always been far more left-wing than anyone in California.
California's going in there makes it even worse, though. Can you agree? Like they're just flooding in there even more. Because it was never an issue until like 2 or 3 years ago.
Who wants to move from LA to Seattle?
A lot of people.
For what reason?
No state income tax. Amazon is in the proximity. You got Google as well, Microsoft as well in the proximity. There's a lot of crazy
stuff. Washington has no state income tax?
Yeah, they got no state income tax.
That is shocking.
But they are going to start taxing.
They are
going to start taxing.
They're just socialists.
Amazon could leave in the future because they're right now currently about to pass a law. There's a lot of pushback to it, so it might not happen. That might tax businesses even more to help fund like the homeless cause, and Jeff Bezos is like, all right, if he taxes, we're just gonna leave. So I think it actually did get passed. So they built a second headquarters in Arlington, Virginia. So yeah, I don't know why. Out of all the places, why I don't know, but maybe just have like something on the East Coast that they gave them good tax breaks. So it is what it is. But yeah, I think the thing that Nevada has going for it is that they are very strong in their beliefs. For example, gun laws, they are very strong on owning guns. So the Californians can't take that away from them. And also, if they try to implement state income tax, it's not going to happen because Nevada will never let that happen. It's literally in the Constitution of Nevada. It says that I think Abraham Lincoln said it. He said Nevada should not have. I'm paraphrasing. They should not have a state income tax, and they never will have a state income tax. So you can't put in state income tax on Nevada because it's in the Constitution of Nevada. But yeah, a lot of the laws in Nevada are not going to be changed. Even if liberals try to come in and try to ruin it, they aren't going to be able to. Like places like Colorado, where they have way more better shots.
Tennessee doesn't have a state income tax either.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, but in Nevada, it's set in stone. There's never going to be a state income tax in Nevada. But Tennessee, if the right amount of people come in and try to vote for it, they will. You know what I mean? Texas could have one in the future, but I hope not. I mean, as long as Greg Abbott's in control, we'll be all right. As long as we got Republicans in control.
I hope Greg Abbott I hope he gets replaced.
Me too. But someone especially in February.
Such a whiny little dude. Don Huffines he's running as a Republican dude. He wants to eliminate property taxes. He's basically he's basically a more extreme he's basically just an extreme conservative. He leans libertarian on a number of issues. Immigration-wise, he's very tough, very hard on immigration. He wants to cut property taxes, which is amazing. He wants to eliminate the property tax. He wants to introduce school choice and private vouchers. I'm more than willing to throw my support behind him to be the Republican nominee against.
Like I said, as long as we got Republicans in office, we'll be all right. But if it's Greg Abbott or liberals, something.
Did you see Beto just in that? No, Greg Abbott. I don't think he's running. I don't think he's running again.
That's good. That's good then.
Did you see Beto announce he's running for Democrat?
For Texas?
Yeah, for governor.
No. He's probably gonna, bro. UNT, a lot of the students are gonna vote for him too, because
they're dumb.
Well, I'm gonna vote, guys. I'm gonna be voting this year, and I'm gonna be a voting Republican. So if you don't like it, like I said, I got a 6.5-inch cock you can suck on. Fuck you and your agenda.
Hey, we're running 2 hours 30 minutes.
Well, I got the time right now. It's 1 hour and 50 minutes. So I'll go and wrap it up. But yeah, we went about 20 minutes over. But like I said, it's good discussion. We're having a good discussion. You know, it's what the podcast is. It's an open discussion. If you guys want to, you guys can engage us in the comments. You're allowed to. Like I said, in the future we can do live streams like this.
You shall not interrupt us. You shall not question anything we say.
Especially if you're liberal. Go kill yourself, you fucking loser, piece of fucking shit. But yeah,
we just lost our monetization.
We're not getting it in the first place. I mean, Spotify's gonna be our savior. But don't worry about that. Without further ado, guys, we're gonna end the podcast here. Like I said, we do this every single week, once a week, guys. Hope you guys like it. If you do, like and subscribe. Check out Noah and me on Instagram and our social medias. Twitter's not a real place, so don't even bother trying to go to Twitter because I won't really care for it. The only reason why I go on Twitter is for news. Twitter is a useless fucking social media.
Actually, I prefer if you look me up on Twitter.
Actually, fuck it. Follow me on Twitter and try to fucking hit me up with some shit so I can roast you in the comments. Try to come up with your BS fucking agendas and fucking opinions. Let me just roast you guys in the comments so I can get some fucking likes and retweets on Twitter and get all the fucking white women pissed off at me because apparently they're not fucking what's the word? Privileged at all. They have no privilege whatsoever. So, like I said, feminists can't take facts. So like I said, your facts don't care about your opinion, so go fuck yourself. Thanks for watching. Go fuck yourself. Anything else you guys say, Noah?
No.
Hee hee.